Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
And yes, let us talk about toys. I am Michael.
I'm John.
And I'm Andrew, and you're listening to the Toy Rewind Podcast, which is just a little place the three of us like to get together and talk about toys from our childhood, our retro classic toys. This week, we're rewinding. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to look at the year, Michael.
1972.
We're going to rewind back to 1972 and talk about Big Jim. Thanks, Michael, for the save on that. I totally forgot to just, I wasn't, yeah, it's been a weekend. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Big Jim. We're going to talk about, I think the first line, it's going to be a lot of fun. And so before we can do that, John, why don't you do your thing?
Do my thing. All right.
Do it.
So
John, do it.
do it. Check our websites over at toyrewindpodcast.com or over on crossthestreamsmedia.com. And of course, if you're on Cross the Streams Media, you can leave us a voicemail by clicking the little microphone down in the bottom corner. You can email us at toyrewindpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, X, used to be Twitter, and Twitch is all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook and YouTube are Toy Rewind Podcast. And of course, look for us and look for our logo. You see it up there, or you should know it if you're listening to us. You know what it looks like. You can also go to podcastbingo.com/Toy Rewind and play a little bingo game as you're listening to us to see what you get. So let us know if you get something.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, just hit us up on any of those socials, and we'll be happy to hit you back. Speaking of socials, we did have, I just want to throw this out there, we had somebody comment on last week's video, which I had it open and I can't find my browser that I had it open on because it was an interesting comment and I wanted to talk about it. Hold on.
Okay.
Did either of you happen to see the comment?
I did not.
I think I did. Can't remember what it was about. All right, so we're waiting on Andrew.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to get to it so that I can read it because it was I don't know. I thought it was an interesting comment, and it was about where'd it go?
It was on the YouTube video.
There it is. It's about the ColecoVision. And this is from Atari Boy 9084. It says, my backstory is short. I got the system as a gift for Christmas in 82. And at the time, I only got this and 3 other games out of the 12 for launch. Games at the time, other than a Donkey Kong game, there was Mousetrap, Smurf, and Zaxxon. He says he has the first ColecoVision and every accessory since 82 till 84, which makes sense because that's, kind of done after that. The Coleco video game system, expansion module number 1, Atari 2600 expansion module number 2, the driving controller, roller controller, and the super action controller. So, yeah.
But he didn't have Adam.
Cool. No, it didn't seem to have Adam, or at least he didn't list it, but I don't know, kind of cool that he's got all those. So
yeah, that is cool.
And what seems to be a working Coleco system, hey, go play some good Donkey Kong on it since it had the best Donkey Kong. Sorry, kick back to last week. But so what, John?
So I wonder how the Smurf game was.
Yeah, just running around Smurf Village trying to fight,
right.
Or not like Gargamel find you?
Yeah.
I guess, maybe.
I don't know.
You get to play as Papa Smurf?
Sounds like something you need to get, John.
Well, I just want to throw it out there. Thanks for the comment, Atari Boy.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah,
thanks for the comment, Atari Boy. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And we had good information for you. Seems like you have got everything. So good times.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready to talk about some Big Jim?
Yeah, we can get on
All right,
into
well,
it.
then let's
nothing
rewind and get into it.
really going on right.
It's not the button
Andrew, did you hit that twice?
is not working.
And it
Did
was
it
the
work?
third time. I saw it 3 times. All right.
I only saw it once. We'll see what happens.
Andrew's having technical difficulties on his side, I guess. So let's go ahead and get into this. Since we rewound 3 times that I saw. I don't know about John, but
Well,
we're
one,
Trying to
two,
get
and then
really far
three.
back there for Big
Okay.
Jim.
And we should actually go a 4th time because these are older than you, Michael.
yeah.
So
No,
the first time was to get past
Oh,
Andrew's
we're
age.
good.
Second time was mine. Third one was
We're
yours.
good. We're
Yeah,
good.
okay.
We're good.
And
All right.
That one
and
worked the
just,
first time.
Just for the heck, Andrew did it again. Okay, so
There you
let's
go.
really get into Big Jim here. So Big Jim was a line from Mattel that was produced from 1972 to 1986. Mattel, with the success of the Barbie line, and also they were inspired by Hasbro's G.I. Joe line, they wanted to create their own line of action figures for boys. This line of figures would be a little, they were a little bit shorter than the G.I. Joe, which were 12-inch. These came in at 9.5 to 10 inches, I think about around 9.5 inches, and would focus not only on adventure themes, but anything a boy would get into. Whereas the G.I. Joe was more of a military, and then they got into some like adventure type stuff at the end of it, but they didn't want to get into the military part. They got into the like secret agent. Then they got into the extreme action, and then sports, and then later on lines they got into more sci-fi and stuff like that. So Big Jim was to excel in anything he was doing. So if he was like, if he was a baseball player, he'd be the best baseball player there ever was. If he was a secret agent, he'd be even better than James Bond type thing. You know, it didn't matter what he did. He was the golden child of everything he did, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
Interesting.
He didn't fail at nothing. So he was very successful. I guess in the same line as what Barbie was on the girl side. This guy
Always.
he's the opposite of Ken, if you want to put it that way. So anyway, moving on. At the same time Mattel was developing Big Jim, Mego was also launching Action Jackson, which we've talked about before. So Mattel had to come up with something different to sell the line that Action Jackson didn't have and what G.I. Joe didn't have. And they did that with adding action features to the figure. So Big Jim came with a chopping motion when pressing a button on their backs. So depending on where you have the arm positioned, it could look like he was throwing something, or if you had it down, he looked like he was chopping something. Just depends. Like I said, depends on where you had his arm position when you started hitting that button. Also, another feature that I've never seen in anything else but this one is when you bent his arm at the elbow, he would flex his muscles, his biceps. So.
Oh my gosh!
So he would show his muscles when he's showing off. Is what it was.
Yeah, I mean, one of the deals it came with was that metal strap that he bust out of. That was the whole point. He put it on there, and then, that metal strap would bust off.
Yeah, it came. One of the accessories that it came with was this metal strap that you strap, and it was a plastic, but it was colored silver, so it looked like metal. But you put it around his arm, and once you flexed his bent him at the elbow, his bicep would flex, and it would pop that metal piece off. So it looked like he was actually popping a metal strap off his arm. So just something to show off with. I guess. So over the life of the line, Mattel produced tons of accessories and play sets, as well as several different theme series. Again, they learned their lesson on what to do to be successful with the Barbie line. They wanted the same thing with the boys, so they did the exact same thing with Big Jim. They added all these accessories, the different outfits and stuff, depending on what he's doing, what kind of whatever he's doing at the time, playing sports or being a secret agent or whatever. And then he had his vehicles and stuff like that too. So what we're going to go over today is just the basic, the original basic series. Later on, they got into several other series, such as let's see. So they had another series that was he was a leader of a group called Heroes called the Pack, which stood for Professional Agents Crime Killers. And then it's kind of like you get hired to do stuff like that. So Heroes for Hire. There was also a series of Pirates, which was only in Europe. There was a spy series. There was a space series, a space theme series, and there was a couple other another sci-fi theme series that only appeared in Europe as well. Was Global Command versus Condor Force. So Global Command was the good guys. Condor Force was the bad guys. They kind of battled out things in space. There was a Western themed series as well that trying to look at my notes here. They were where did I have that notes? Anyway, so it was a Western series that had cowboys and Indians in it. And then there was also, so real quick, we'll talk about this in Latin America. Most of the 70s versions of these were sold as Kid Acera, which is Kid Steel in Spanish, I think is what it is. So this was Latin America. There were some exclusively created for the Mexican market, such as the Invisible Man, the Bionic Man, Garfio, and Nocton was some of the names they had there. So they were actually just rebranded. Well, they were produced by a subsidiary of Mattel for the Latin America thing there. The Big Jim toys of the 80s were sold in Latin America under a James Bond name. So that was kind of interesting there. Instead of having their own kind of a spy thing, they went with the James Bond name. So
they went with 004.
Well, the Latin Americans say 007 on them, James Bond 007. Oh. But spy series.
Yeah, I was going to say 004 as opposed to 007. That's all right.
Yeah, there's this actual spy series that was not in Latin America, that was everywhere else, was 004.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
I just happened to come across that one. I was like, when you said it.
Yeah, it was released in 79 and 80. You have Big Jim 004, Big Jim Secret Agent, Commando Jeff, Alpinist Joe, and then Boris the Devious Chauffeur, which was an evil chauffeur with a steel cap on his skull and a fist which could extend from his wrist with a cable. So sounds like 007 stuff. But but what we're going to talk about more of today is the first release series. It's called Basic. It's the Basic line. It's the All-Star series is what it's really called. So Big Jim was released wearing, so the very first Big Jim that came out, he was released just wearing a pair of orange shorts. He didn't have a shirt on, no shoes, no nothing, just a pair of orange shorts. He also came with a karate board, so it featured his karate motion where he can break this board. He had a dumbbell so you can put in his hand, and when you move his arm, it looks like he's lifting up and down on he's lifting weights. And then that muscle band that we talked about that would pop off when flexing his bicep. So that's what the original Big Jim came with. Another interesting thing was he was in what was his? I thought I wrote this down. In Europe, he originally wasn't called Big Jim. He was called. Let me find my notes on here. He was called Mark Strong. Was his name over in Europe, and I think they switched over to Big Jim later. So Big Jim had several friends in the line that would go on adventures with him. This original line, one thing about this was they were all friends. There was actually no bad guys or anything. So they were all buddies on everything. So you start out with Big Josh, which was basically Big Jim with a beard. And he had a tough guy. He was the tough guy of the group. He came with shorts, a denim vest, brown boots, an axe, and a log. So this guy came with denim shorts and a denim vest, and then brown boots. So kind of odd looking.
I mean, fashion in the 70s was much different.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but again, he's basically. I mean, the body of these guys were pretty much all the same. The arms were made out of a softer rubber, and their heads were made out of that softer rubber as well. So, I mean, he had to have softer rubber on the arms to actually show that flexing bicep in there. So you couldn't have that hard plastic like the rest of the body is. He did have articulation in his ankles, their knees, and their waist, and their hips, and stuff like that. Their shoulders also, and their wrist articulated. So they had a lot of flexibility in them, just like G.I. Joe did on the 12-inch line on that. So,
are we? Do you know how much articulation was it? 14 points?
I don't know exactly. There's a lot of them in there. I didn't count them though. So
I think it's 14 if I counted right.
Maybe I hadn't counted. So we talked about Big Jim. We talked about Big Josh. Now we're going to talk about Big Jack. So everybody's got a big name. So Big Jack was actually the African American version of Big Jim. He used the same body mold, and then as Big Jim, but with a different head mold. So his head was different, but the rest of him was the same, just a darker color. He came with the same accessories as Jim did, but his shorts are red instead of orange. So like I said, he's basically the African American version of Big Jim. So now we got Big Jeff. He was Jim's Australian buddy. So he was basically a blonde version of Big Jim. He came with brown shorts, a brown hat, like an Australian hat, this little chest belt, which had a pouch on it, a chopping knife, and a bamboo stand to chop, so he can chop down the bamboo with his knife. So not much. I mean, the accessories with these were pretty cool because, I mean, you just have something to do with that chopping motion with his arm. So the only problem with these was they came out first with their hands that were kind of straight. They really didn't have a grip looking mold to their hands. That actually came out later in the European versions first, and then they adopted it for the North American versions later on, late 70s, by the time they came over here doing that. So then those are the four main guys, and then they brought out two more a year later. You have Chief Tonkua, which was the Native American Big Jim. He's Jim's trusted friend. He came with a vest. He actually had pants. He had a belt. He had boots, longbow, quiver, and 2 arrows. So, and at the end of the arrows, it's kind of flat. It's not a pointed arrow. It's kind of a flat, and it has a wolf emblem on it. That later became the emblem for the pack series that came on after this original series did. So
Well, that makes sense. If
Cool.
you give him sharp, pointy arrows, you're going to shoot your eye out.
yeah, I guess so. So, and then you have Dr. Steel,
That's
which
just a
was
BB gun.
just a BB gun. So Dr. Steel was originally supposed to be the bad guy, but it never actually said if he was a bad guy. You can either use him as a bad guy or a good guy. Because when they came out in the next series, in the Pack series, he was actually a good guy in that. So, but you could use him as the bad guy in this original series here. So his big thing was that he had a steel hand that could chop through a metal pipe, and the pipe came with the figure. It's kind of like the wood, the karate boards that you would cut in half. This little pipe thing you snap it together, and then he'd hit it, and it'll fall apart like he's cutting it in half. He came with pants, the pipe, and a metal armband. Like I said, they all came with that metal armband, so they can pop it off their biceps. He also had a large dragon tattoo on his chest. So I guess he's supposed to be.
So he's the big Jim with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess he's supposed to be like he's the karate expert of the series, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. So martial arts guy with the big dragon tattoo and the karate chop metal hand. So so this series also came with several different versions
Michael.
of Big Jim.
You didn't talk about the other one. What about
Which
Big
other one?
Mac?
Oh, Big Mac.
Yeah, Big Mac.
That's
he comes with a large red hairdo and clown shorts.
And fries and a drink with that.
Fries and a drink.
All right. So getting a little bit deeper into this line, that was the basic, 6 basic guys of this original series. So the series also contained different versions of Big Jim. So there was Big Jim. He was a gold medal boxer. There was Big Jim with kung fu gear, and then there was Big Jim with a talking backpack, which had different sayings with it. So, John, go back to the kung fu.
Wait, Big Jim with the talking backpack. Is that like
Talking
Dora?
Dora, yes. That's the first thing that popped in my head when I saw that. It was Dora. And he is an explorer, so maybe he's Big Jim. Maybe he's Dora's dad or something. I don't know. He's got that.
All right, kung fu
gear. He's got his karate outfit. Sorry, can't think of what it's actually called with the
a gi.
A gi, yeah. He's got his gi. And it's like he's got a black belt and it's yellow. He's got his yellow gi on. And he's got a black dragon on the front of it. So
he's better than anybody, so of course he's got a black belt.
Oh yeah. It's probably way up there. He actually has there's a little thing that comes with him that makes him kick too. So that's pretty cool.
Activator mechanism that yeah.
All right, so so going back to the talking backpack, he actually has in this kung fu thing, he's got actual clothes on, more than just a pair of shorts. So the other one's got he's got a t-shirt and looks like he's got some jean shorts on. So he's actually looks like, and he's got boots, but he still doesn't have pants on. If you're out hiking, I would figure you have pants and not shorts, but I guess
depends on what time of the year it is.
He wants to show off his calf muscles or something.
He's got to show them calves
on too. Yeah. Anyway, so that's Big Jim with talking backpack. So, and then we have a 2-pack. It is Big Jim, gold medal Big Jim U.S. boxing match, and it's Big Jim and and Big Jeff actually boxing against each other. So they're buddies, but I guess they're both on the U.S. team boxing against each other. And you put them on this little. It comes with a little thing that they stand on, and you can make them punch back and forth. It kind of looks like Rock'em Sock'em robots with them.
Yeah, it's a little different because you don't have the actual rink, but it's very close to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this comes with gold medal Big Jim, gold medal Big Jeff figures. It says Roundhouse Punchers ×2. So I don't know how that works to make the little figures punch. But
it's got, it looks like a hook on there, and then you pull the little trigger and it makes them punch. And then if you hit them just right, it'll knock it over.
Okay. Yeah, because the thing they're standing on, I guess it you put their arm out and then it twists them like they're punching each other. So it's what it looks like on that.
Yeah.
So, okay. You have a brass plated bell. So you have a ring, the ring bell. Yeah. You have gold medals ×2 because they're both winners. Yeah. You have they all both come with the muscle band again that they can pop off their biceps.
They're probably showing off right before the match.
That's probably so. And then they have both of them have a set of boxing gloves.
That's right, because they have that feature on their arm, Michael.
Uh-huh.
If you look at this, it looks like it connects to probably that button, that switch on the back of their body. So when you pull that deal, it probably pushes that deal to where their fist is going in and out.
Probably so. Okay, I got you.
It's a little bit of a twist, but it's got, things like that right at the one.
Okay. So forgive us not knowing exactly how this thing works because we've never played with these. They're even older than I am. So, so anyway, there was they both have Olympic uniforms as well, so they come with uniforms. Let's see. Okay. So next you have. So after that you have Big Jack gold medal. So that's the African American guy.
That way he can box with them, right?
He can. I guess he can box with them too. Yeah.
No, I think he's a swimmer.
I was about to say, is he a swimmer?
He's
or a runner?
It's like he just wears a Speedo with his gold medal. That's what it is. So yeah, and then you have Big Josh with the talking backpack as well.
Maybe he's a triathlon. Wait, Big Josh with his talking backpack.
Yeah, Big Josh has a talking backpack as well. He's the one with the beard. He's the bearded Big Jim guy. So Big Josh with talking camp pack. Oh, it says camp pack. What that is. So, which is basically a backpack.
That guy's eating some mushrooms, and that's why his backpack talks.
Maybe so. That's what it is.
Yeah. It actually just talks to him.
Let's see. We've got some accessories with this line. We have the camping tent, which is a set that contained many of the same items included with the camper set, which we haven't talked about yet, but we'll get to. But it also came with the actual tent and sleeping bag. Both were made of a nylon vinyl tape material, nylon vinyl type material, and they're pretty durable. I mean, that makes them pretty durable. The set, let's see, it has a lot of different pieces. It has a tent, a table. It has a couple of stools that you can sit on. It has a frying pan, cooking pots, dishes, sleeping bag, and you can get it comes with a campfire, so you don't have to make your own fire. It comes with one already. So
you don't have to learn how to make a fire. It's fun.
No. We have.
Here's a picture of the tent.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's kind of like
the tent was in.
Yeah. mean, it's pretty much probably a real tent material. Probably is what it is.
Close to.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks
So-
plasticky.
Yeah.
Looks a little more plasticky, but
I mean, it's more of a vinyl material. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
wait,
Okay,
this is the 70s. I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah,
Probably
we're
what they
talking
were
about
using for tents
the
back then.
mid to early 70s or early to mid 70s. Yeah. So then we have Eagle of Danger Peak. It was a small set. It included like a hiking outfit, a backpack, camping supplies, and a 9-inch golden eagle with flapping wings. It says the backpack actually opens, which you can actually put stuff inside the backpack, which is pretty cool. So, like I said,
But it
comes with
doesn't
a
talk to you.
gold. It comes with a golden eagle. Maybe the eagle will talk to you. I guess I don't know. Backpack, camping gear, bedroll, hiking cloth outfit. So you can actually put clothes on your Big Jim. You don't have to wear his orange shorts. Yeah.
Well,
So this comes.
That's one of the gimmicks with this one is just like Barbie, they have all the outfits and stuff. That's why he
Yeah.
didn't come with that many clothes, is because they wanted you to buy all the extra
but-
clothes, which will probably come across.
Yeah, but
here
at
in a
least
second.
Barbie.
At least Barbie came with
had-
one outfit.
Yeah, at least she
At
came
least.
not just
he
a pair
came
of
with his
shorts.
shorts. He came with
No,
his
it's just-
shorts.
What if all the Barbies just came with a bra and undies, and that was it? You had to buy everything else.
Well, if you look
Bathing
at
suit. That's it.
going back to Big Jack gold medal, he didn't have anything but a gold medal around his neck. So,
Well, he had the pendant on Speedo.
yeah,
But I
that was
mean,
it.
this is what
Okay.
it comes with. He's got the shorts, he's got the metal band, he's got the dumbbell.
Where's Big Jim? I guess the karate guy did come with a gi.
Yeah. When you got the special ones. Yes.
Also, change the picture, John. His ankles make my ankles hurt.
Yeah, the way that picture, the way he's leaning on that picture, yeah.
yeah.
So
He's doing some
right.
Michael Jackson stuff going on.
one last accessory we're going to talk about on this was the carry-all case. It had a case.
There you go. Don't do that, John.
It had dividers inside, so you can separate your items. Let's see. It doesn't say which, how much. It doesn't say how many figures you could put in there, but anyway, so that's your carry-all case. Like all toy lines back then, they had it. Okay, some of the outfits that you could get.
It says the case actually carried a lot of different items inside once you stuffed it all in.
Okay, yeah, good description there.
I really shove it in there, and then it would fit.
So
This is one of those suitcases you have to sit on to get it to actually close.
Once you get all his outfits in there, yeah.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't as big as Barbie's as Barbie's carry case, but okay. So talking about the outfits, he had a bunch of different outfits that came that you can buy to put on this guy. So you had a baseball outfit, basketball, football, hockey, hunting, karate, lifeguard, which is probably just another pair of shorts. You had a race car driving suit. You have a skiing suit, skin diving, soccer. You have a warm-up suit.
You said skin diving?
Skin diving, yes. I don't know what
Skin
kind of
diving.
suit you have for skin diving.
Right there.
It's more like a scuba
Yeah.
diving, but there is a
Let's
different
see.
one for
Scuba diving with a with a speedo.
No, here.
All right.
So this is the skin diving. It's actually yellow. And it's got the little, you can see it there, the mask and snorkel and
It just has a snorkel
flippers.
with flipper things on there. So there's
Yeah.
it's not the scuba diving. There is a scuba diving set.
What is that mask drawing or whatever that's on the?
yellow. It looks like the mask from the mask.
It looks like the
movie.
mask from Jim Carrey's movie. It looks terrifying.
Just
Or
brown.
it could be a
nice.
Deku. It could be a Deku.
Could be, yeah. It's whatever's on that on his outfit. So where was I? Soccer warm-up suit, There was an Arctic Patrol. You had an Indian chief suit. You can actually dress your guys as Indian. There's a tennis suit, Arctic Explorer, Boxer, Camping, Commando, Cowboy, Eagle Ranger. I have no idea what an Eagle Ranger is, but there's a Firefighter, Kung Fu, Lifeguard, Motocross. There's a Pilot. There's an Argentine Gaucho. If you want to dress your guys an Argentine Gaucho.
As a gaucho.
Frogman, Rescue Ranger, not Chip and Dale. Safari. Although you get the original with just the shorts, maybe it is a Chip and Dale. Safari, Ski Patrol, Spear Fishing, Sport Fishing, Winter Sports Gear, and Woodsman's Gear, Highway Patrol, and then a Sailing. And there was also Olympic suits, Olympic games that you can dress them up as. They're red, white, and blue. So you had the Olympic basketball player, Olympic boxer, Olympic judo karate, Olympic skier. Yeah, there's an Olympic skier, Olympic soccer player, and the Olympic warm-up suit. Yeah. So those were all red, white, and blue themed outfits for them. So
I wonder what.
Well, that's good. But it wasn't some other random colors.
Yeah. I guess that was more towards the Olympic time. Was it 76? When did they have the Olympics? I think it was.
That's
76.
what I was wondering, if they matched the outfits from that year for the Olympics. You know,
maybe so, because I don't know. I couldn't tell you much about that Olympic. I just know 1980 was a big year in the Olympics.
Of course, it was.
76 was in Montreal.
Montreal. Okay.
80 is always a big year. It was. I was born.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let's get into a few more play sets with this guy. So you had the Devil River trip. This one actually came with included a swamp boat, complete with the airboat propeller, and it came with the alligator. It came with the noose, so you can catch your alligator, and that was it. Yeah, so that's the Devil River trip set was an alligator catching set with your airboat. That's pretty much it. Okay, so Jungle Adventure is the next one. It featured an 8-inch tall gorilla and a net to capture him. So the net, it came with the little frame that the net could actually connect to for more stability. But you're pretty much catching a big gorilla with this set. So
interesting.
Yeah. Then the next one is a Kung Fu studio. The studio opened up. This one was more of a cardboard type set that opened up. It opened up nearly 3 feet long, and then folded up real nice and neat for a little box. It came with lots of features, such as breakaway walls and martial arts boards and gears. So it had doors, it had a mirror, it had a kicking ball, it had workout gear, and then a muscle mover as well. So, but yeah, it just kind of folded up nice and neat. But that was a pretty good size set, being 3 foot long, once you open it up.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, we'll get back to that one in a minute. We'll do Safari Hut next. This one was Safari Hut was a plastic and cardboard fold out play set that Jim and his team might stay in while on safari or hunting. It included several accessories such as tables, stools, and bunks. So it was a fold out cardboard set. It had stools, bunks, a table, a med kit, cooking gear, and wall cabinets. So you can actually put your cooking gear in the cabinets, I guess. So that's a pretty good size play set as well. The Sky Commander is actually another big one too. So the Sky Commander was a huge playset made for the Big Jim line that it opened up nearly 4.5 feet long.
Wow.
It was supposed to simulate a jumbo jet that is used by the team on adventures. So it's like a cutaway jumbo jet is really what it is.
Either that's a very large playset or that's a very small child.
That's about right. I mean, the picture's a drawing on the board, but
I know.
It's close.
So
but one thing about these is they have to be pretty good sized play sets for a because these guys were almost 10 inches tall, so you had to have a pretty good sized thing there. So the picture John has up doesn't really look like the picture on the box.
No, it doesn't.
So it looks kind of different. But it may not all be folded out. I don't know. So it actually
the box looks like it's more sturdy, like it's more hard plastic.
Yeah, it
whereas
does.
The actual other picture of the actual set looks like it's more vinyl.
So this one here,
thin cardboard that folded out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This right here it's not fully. It's still. It's like folded, and then it's sitting like this.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's not completely folded out, like
fully folded out.
Yeah.
So it's not really that big of a deal. It's just the way it opens up. It's longer.
Yeah.
Than it is once it's fully folded out.
Yeah. So it's got a sky crane on it, an air lab. The crane actually has a rescue basket thing, so you rescue your guys that are on the ground. You put them in it, and you can bring them back up, reel them in. It has table, chairs, ladder, consoles, wings, and doors for this as well. So it's a pretty good size. I mean, that's probably the biggest set, isn't it? About it says 4.5 feet long. So I think that's probably their biggest set.
That's a big set.
Yeah. So the next one we have is Terror off Tahiti. So it's more of the description it has on there. It's probably the most G.I. Joe like playset that was made for Big Jim. It featured a deep diving suit along with a giant clam, a treasure chest, and gold doubloons on there. So, like I said, it had a diving suit, a helmet, oxygen tanks, a hose, a torch, treasure chest, and a giant clam. So, so that came with a lot of.
I was gonna say that I could say that's a giant clam because it's like half the size of the suit. So.
Yeah. Oh, I would have thought it'd be a little bigger, but
I did too. But when I pulled
clam.
this one up, you can see the suit and stuff. So
yeah. All right. So the next one, I guess I was wrong with Sky Commander being the biggest one because actually the U.S. Olympic ski run is the biggest. Is the largest. I didn't think about this till I started looking at it here. So this thing stands over 2 feet tall and 6 feet long. The U.S. Olympic ski run was a pretty good size set. It came with lots of accessories, including skis and gold medals, because everybody's a winner, along with judges area and a ski chalet for Jim and his team. So
6 feet long.
6 feet long.
Jeez.
It comes with a ski ramp, a ramp supports. Like I said, it had a chalet. It had a judges area, so you can put your other guys in the judges area and tell them how well they skied. It's got a railing on it. It's got flags. It's got 2 gold medals. It's got skis and then boots it came with. So that's a pretty long. That's a pretty good size one.
Yeah, there's a 4x8 sheet of plywood on the other side of that I was over here looking at it. Like shave off 2 feet. Wow, that's a long little ski resort for these little guys.
Yeah,
that's nice.
And it
Like the Hot
kind of,
Wheels racetracks.
yeah, it kind of looks like that, or an Evel Knievel stunt set, because you just your Big Jim just slides down it on his skis.
I was gonna say, I mean,
flies
how
and
does
jumps
it-
off the end because
what's
it's a
it-
ski jump. So
right, but what's it made out of for the skis to run smooth against it? Because I don't see any wheels. I mean, I don't
Plastic.
know.
It's actually
Well,
ice, John.
Well,
It's
I
real
know.
You have to
ice.
pour
It comes
water
in real
down it,
ice.
let it freeze.
I mean, that's why they had to get it 2 feet off the ground so that way it'd actually move.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's something on there that makes it slide down, because the box art is actually a drawing on all these box arts, so it's not going to show you wheels on
Right.
it if it's got wheels or
And
whatever.
I mean, I'm running off 2 different websites, pulling these pictures back and forth, and I can't
Yeah,
find
so-
one.
And again, we've never played with these, so we're not experts on this.
Yeah.
We're just talking about this line. So, okay, so one more play set that I skipped over. It was the On the Tiger Trail. Now, this comes with it just came with a tiger and a cage to put them in. Included a safari outfit and a rifle for Jim and team to use while hunting. So it came with a tiger, came with a cage, came with the safari outfit, came with the safari gear, and a rifle. Now, we've talked about this tiger before. This is the same tiger that we see in Motu. So, and then was Tarzan. He was in Tarzan as a Black Panther. So, yeah, this is so Mattel used this guy in several different lines. That's one thing they did back in the 60s, 70s that they did was they carried over some different kind of accessories from one line to another to just kind of repurpose it under something else. So,
And this is Battle Cat, right? Just so we
it's Battle Cat. Yeah,
not Panther. No, Panther was from
that's
Thundercats.
Cats. Yeah.
What's
no,
Skeletor's cat's name?
Mine's going blank now. You're making me think about
It's
it.
a purple panther. That's why I was thinking of Panther.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. But this is Battle Cat.
This is Battle Cat. Yes, yeah. I said Motu, but it is Battle Cat. They just used the same tiger for all those different lines. So that's that. Yeah, that way they can. Is it Panther?
Sorry, I Googled it. It's Panther.
It is Panther. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the only thing I think of was Thundercats on Panther, but okay, so
that's Panthero.
Oh, Panthero.
Yeah.
We should know that.
Close.
We're just
we really should know that, but I think it's the names are too close.
That's what it is. It's throwing us all out. Everybody's listening to this and yelling at us.
They just shut it down. They just shut it down. That we've lost.
We're done listening to
you. Yeah, you guys aren't right. We're not experts anyway, but we know a little bit, but not.
We never claim to be experts.
No. Okay, so let's talk about the vehicles for this line. So you had Baja Beast. Was looks kind of like a Land Rover with a camper on the back of it, is what it looks like. It was an all-purpose adventure truck with a camper on the back for those overnight trips. It came with a working winch, along with the usable table, stools, campfire, and cooking gear. Those little stools were used in everything. Just about every set's got some stools in it. You're for your guys to sit on. And it's got a campfire with it, so you don't have to make your campfire. It comes with one. So,
how would you like to sit there or just stand all day long? You need a stool. Come on.
You need a stool while you're camping. You can't just stand around a campfire.
That's right.
All right. So the next one you have is a boat and buggy set. The boat and buggy sets the boat was similar to the one released in the Sports Camper. We haven't talked about the Sports Camper yet. So when we get to that, it's going to be the same boat. But this one comes with a dune buggy to pull it around. It also came with a fishing pole and fish. So you got your dune buggy, a boat with motor. You got some oars in case your motor doesn't work. You got a fishing pole, fish, and oars come with it. So
This one's missing a boat, but
yeah,
you got the dune buggy, which is pretty
a
cool.
little dune buggy. It's like a blue speed buggy. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
little 2-seater. So that's so okay. So now we've got cycle set. It's actually just a motorcycle. It's basically a Rugged Rider bike motorcycle. It came. This one actually came with a figure. So I guess there was one. Okay, there was one. So the Rugged Rider is just a motorcycle by itself. It was one of the first vehicles created for the Big Jim line, and was specifically made for Big Jim or Big Jack, since they were the first figures released. The bike had actual working springs, was pretty nimble, allowing you to do tricks on it, such as wheelies and flips. So the only thing that one came with, the Rugged Rider came in with a motorcycle. It had wheels, a handlebar, and motor. You got to have that to have a motorcycle. So this cycle set actually comes with a Big Jim figure.
Okay.
And he was in an exclusive motorcycle riding outfit and helmet. So you couldn't get the outfit anywhere else. You had to get it through this set.
So he had a leather jacket.
Yeah, it's kind of Evel Knievel set, just not the same colors, but but yeah, it's kind of what it is. And then later on, and then before that, you get the Rugged Rider motorcycle by itself to start off with. Okay, so we got. So what?
So you end up with 2 motorcycles?
You can get 2 motorcycles, yeah.
2 motorcycles. One of the guys rides around without a helmet. The other one is smart and has a helmet on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next we have Dune Devil, which is pretty much it's a motorized dune buggy used with Big Jim action figures. The motorized part could be activated with a switch on the bottom, which would send the vehicle flying on a straight path or in circles when the wheels were turned. So, of course, it's going to turn when it's just the wheels are turned.
Is that how cars work? If you turn the wheels, they'll go in circles?
I guess so, yeah. So, so the accessory, it's got your vehicle, it's got wheels. Of course, it's got wheels. It's got a roll bar and an engine. So that's what comes in the Dune Devil set.
Hey, Michael, were those wheels made of rubber or were they made of plastic?
It doesn't say.
Oh,
they're probably plastic.
They're probably plastic.
Just trying to get all the details out that we can.
I don't know. Being the 70s, they might have put rubber on them. Mean, that was.
They're probably real good. They were probably like real tires made at a tire factory somewhere.
Probably.
The little tiny things. Dad, did you ever make tires?
I was wondering, Dad, did you ever make miniature tires?
Did you make miniature tires for toys? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's go. The next one is called the Jungle Truck.
Hey, was it a truck?
It says it's a truck. It looks like another Land Rover with no top on it. Is what it looks like.
It's not a Jeep. It's a Land Rover for sure.
It's a Land Rover. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was basically a Big Jim safari vehicle that the figures used to capture animals. It was over 19 inches long and came with a net trap and gear along with the baby rhinoceros. So you can catch a baby rhinoceros.
That's cruel.
I don't know why you just didn't give him a big rhinoceros. You had to give him a baby rhinoceros. That ain't right. So it came with the vehicle, the rhinoceros, the net trap, which connected to the front of the truck. And then
I'm going back and forth between these 2 pictures, and I'm not really sure how that connected to the front of the truck. But hey,
I don't know. It does somehow. The little I don't know. So it has a winch. It's got a chest. So what's in the chest? I wonder. I don't know. There's a movie camera.
Wait.
So,
But Michael, is it
Yeah.
a stool?
there's no stool in this one. No,
Oh,
you have a chest. You sit on the chest.
you sound
There you
go.
You have a movie camera. You have cooking gear. Of course, you got to have the cooking
Right there.
gear and your rifle. The only problem is
Movie
this
camera.
cooking gear doesn't come. It doesn't come with a campfire. So how are you going to use your cooking gear? Oh wait, you
That's
buy
when
one of
you
the
need
others.
the camping set, so you have
You
the
need a
campfire.
camping set to get. Yeah. Smart move.
Oh, you
Mattel.
also get a
Smart move.
stool with the camping set.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go to the catamaran / Sunrunner. So the catamaran was a boat that was specifically called the Sunrunner. Oh, okay, that's the name of it. Hence
Yeah.
the title. It was an actual floating pontoon that attached to a sail with various accessories. So the accessories was ropes and catamaran pieces. That's what it says. It doesn't tell you what the accessories are. So it was a pontoon boat, sail, ropes, catamaran pieces.
There you go.
So yeah,
It looks like a model that you have to put together.
it does, doesn't it? It's got the little part that goes in the water that steers while you're going through the water. It's got your sail. It's got a little seat, little thing you sit on. Yeah. So okay. Alrighty. So next we have Motocross Honda, which is another motorcycle.
Honda.
The Motocross Honda bike was different than the Rugged Rider, as it was specifically designed for motocross racing. It was a Honda bike that was made for rough racing courses. So it was a dirt bike, pretty much. So the stuff that came with it, you had a motorcycle, of course, you had a seat, wheels, and a motor. So no figure with this. So you got everything to make a motorcycle with it, pretty much. Okay, so next one we have Rescue Rig. So it was used by Big Jim team for rescues and high-level missions, it including a talking communication center and a working boom lift, along with various rescue gear. So you had the vehicle itself. You had a boom lift, a basket, communication center, ladder, and rescue gear. So you do all kinds of stuff. The communication center actually has sound with it. So
If you think they reuse that for anything, you take the top off of that. You take the
boom lift
off.
Uh-huh.
You take the lights off the front. You paint it teal. What does it look like?
It looks like your turtle van or the Mystery Machine. It looks like
it looks like the Mystery Machine. It's got a little bit pointier. It's got a little pointier nose there, but that's about it.
It's got that.
It's got a door on the side though.
Yeah, it's got the
Mystery Machine.
The late 60s, 70s van look to it is what it is. That's what the Mystery Machine is.
Well, that's John. I guess that's
Bob
a door.
Van
I mean,
engines underneath.
Mystery Machine. The Mystery Machine technically has a sliding door in some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sliding door. Just they go in and out the back doors. Okay, so one last vehicle we're going to talk about. It is the Sports Camper. The Sports Camper came with a 15-inch boat with motor, which we talked about the boat already. The camper itself was an extremely fun piece with lots of various accessories, such as a campfire. It comes with a campfire. It's got sleeping bags. It's got a table. And it's got chairs and more. Let's see. So it came with the boat with the motor, had oars in case the motor didn't work. You had a table, you had stools, campfire. There was a cooler, a
Wait,
med kit.
wait.
Stools.
Huh?
They're chairs.
They're camping chairs. Go
They're
back,
camping
Michael.
chairs.
Well, it says
The
stools on
boat.
there.
The boat had a motor.
Uh-huh.
Did the motor actually run?
No, it was just a plastic motor.
But you said the boat
You
has oars in case the motor doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
a toy. If the motor doesn't actually run and you're pretending, oh, the motor broke. Wow. Like your imagination is beyond mine. Like that's amazing. Top notch for you. Just wow.
Michael thinks about that. Hey, I gotta have this just in case this doesn't work.
Yeah, you get out on the lake. Oh no, the motor stopped working.
Oh no,
By the
Big
way, if
Jim
you
has
go
got
out on the lake in a
he's
boat.
got to
you're
row
supposed to
himself
have-
back.
How am I going to get to the other side of the bathtub? Oh, good. I have my oars. Guess what? You still have to move his arms.
I don't know.
Oh, I love
okay,
Big Jim.
So a few other things that come with it. You had the med kit, cooking gear, sleeping bags, and you had a guitar that came with it. That come with it.
So
came
they
with a
could sing
guitar?
Kumbaya
Yeah.
by the fire. Sorry.
Okay, so I had one more note on this. The did off memory. The sports camper actually was used in the Barbie line as well. So
I mean, it looks like a Barbie toy.
yeah, yeah. They just
Paint that
added.
sucker pink.
They changed the color on it and a few different accessories, and you had the Barbie camper. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's another
That
thing that
tracks.
was used in multiple lines. I'm sure it was probably used in something else too. But let's see. That was So that's pretty much. That's all your accessories. That's all your vehicles. It's all your all your play sets for this first line of the first release series of Big Jim.
And this was 2 years.
This one lasted till 75. Yeah, 75. And then, like I said earlier in the episode, after that they came out with the Big Jim was a leader of a group of heroes for hire called PAC, which stood for Professional Agents Crime Killers. So, and then they went on from there, different things. So,
well, I'm glad there's another set of these because we can go over these because some of these vehicles are pretty cool in the other set.
Yeah.
So,
that'll be
definitely
another
have to hit
episode. We'll
those
have
later.
another episode.
But all this other stuff is, there's a lot more to. Like I said, it lasted all the way to 1986, so it lasted a long time. The majority of that time between, by the time they got done with the second series called the PAC series, most of what they had was in Europe, overseas, and then, like I said, Latin America had some other series, some of the same series, but they just rebranded some of the stuff. But that's all for another episode. But yeah, this was pretty much the Barbie for boys. We kind of said that with G.I. Joe, but getting into Big Jim,
Barbie for boys.
this one is actually Barbie for boys. Yeah,
For
Barbie for George.
Specifically
happy
for
joy.
Yeah.
Happy joy. All right.
Here, let's do this. We need to rank this. Let's rank this. Put it on our
Okay.
list. This is the reason there's only 2 of these on here because this is our 5th round. So we talked about Coleco last week and Ring Raiders week before. So there's only 2. We're very matchy at the moment. So let's see how this goes. Michael, where do you place Big Jim?
Big Jim would probably be something I would play with more than the other 2 that we have on there. So I'm gonna put him number 1.
Numero uno. John?
Yeah.
Number 1, and he's going
1.
Hold on. I already put it in that list. Where did I put him? I think I put him at number 1 too. Yep, it was number 1.
Number one.
I actually like the Coleco stuff, but it's not something we ever played with. Even though I never played with these, the cars save Big Jim on this for me. The vehicles and the play sets save it. Because if it's just the dude running around with a talking backpack, sorry, maybe I'd rather be Motu or G.I. Joe or something. But yeah, the vehicles and stuff that really does it for me on this. So this is going to be, and so that's another week of us matching. That's like, I don't know, bonus.
The fact that we're 3 weeks onto this,
3 weeks and 3 matching
into this bracket, and we're all still the same.
I don't know if it was the last one or the one before, or the second set we had that we did was we matched all the way through the first 4 or 5 episodes, and then started getting all wacky after that.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get wacky in a few weeks. I promise.
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty cool set when it comes down to the vehicles and the stuff that they did, the stuff that they included. I very much see how they took Barbie stuff, because they had everything for Barbie, and just turning that around and doing it camping and tiger fighting and karate and all that stuff. Obviously, it works.
And again, Mattel saving money by using the accessories in multiple lines, like you said. Battle Cat
also
and Motu was the Black Panther, and Tarzan, which was this tiger and Big Jim. So
but
I would like to also say
also they used the gorilla.
I would like to also say that Barbie could fight a tiger if she wanted. I don't care.
I'm sure she could.
She could. She'd probably take it. Big Jim probably got torn up a little bit. Barbie could probably take it one down like that. So yeah, just because we got a fighting tiger doesn't mean Barbie couldn't have taken it. I really like these.
The only thing I got to complain about is the Olympic one always comes with 2 gold medals instead of a gold and a silver medal. So you figure to have a gold, silver, and bronze medal, but they
were tag team boxers
ready for the participation awards.
Yeah, speaking of the Olympic
they were both
ones,
Americans. They wanted to give both Americans the gold medal.
Yeah,
so that's what
I think it was a tag team
thing.
But I looked up the running or the warm-up suits for the Olympics in 72, 76, and 80, and they very much are similar more to the 72. They're about kind of between 72 and 76, but a little closer to 72, which kind of makes sense. So,
so
we probably wouldn't have seen what 76 had at that point. So
yeah.
Right. 72 is when they came out. So that's the one they used. Makes sense.
Yeah. In 80, they went fancy and stopped doing just stripes and stuff. And they were like, oh, to slash here, because we're in the 80s. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how Michael went into the 80s too. It was like, yeah, 80s.
Yeah.
So I like these guys. If you are listening to this and you have some Big Jim action figures, enjoy them, play with them. Also send us some pictures of them if you'd like to, because I don't know, these would be cool to kind of see, and let us know how you got into collecting, like our good friend on YouTube did that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. So yep. Anything else you guys want to add to this?
Nope. I mean, it's pretty cool toy line. Like I said, and there's even more into it. Once we get another episode of the second part of this, it gets pretty interesting once you get into it a little bit more.
Yeah, once we do Big Jim Take 2.
The first All-Star basic All-Star series, it's pretty good series. Yeah.
Well, before we wrap it up, I got 2 things. First off, be sure to check out Cross the Streams Media and all our sister podcasts or brother podcasts, whatever you would call them over there. Pretty much anything that you could possibly think about, crossthestreamsmedia.com. You can find those there. And then all of those podcasts are on pretty much any podcast system that you listen to. Also, we've kind of mentioned this in the past few weeks. So were
you going to say we kind of toyed around with this?
Yeah, he
I almost
started
did,
to.
but we talked about that. We kind of partnered up with another podcast and did a top 100 toys. That should be coming out very soon. We're just waiting for them to drop the episodes. But you can search over at geekcastradio.com and find them. It's the Toy Cast. And you can find them there. You can find them pretty much anything, but we're pretty good content there. So go check them out. Lots of origins on how some collectors got into collecting and got into toys and stuff like that. So be sure to check that out. And then pretty soon we'll have the top 100 toy lines dropping, and we'll be part of that. So yeah, good stuff. All right. Anything else you guys want to add about Big Jim?
Nope. Big bad Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finish it off.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. This is episode 135 of the Toy Rewind podcast. And on behalf of the Brothers Newland, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. Follow and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.